They call it girl math, where we convince ourselves that spending isn't really spending, that buying that new outfit, new phone, or other pair of shoes doesn't count. But what if we took a step back and saw girl math through the eyes of faith? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope at the end of this video we all grow and learn and confess and follow the feet and the ways of Jesus. Welcome. Today we are talking about something more disturbing than we think. It's the new trend called girl math, where spending isn't a problem, where wives are busy using men's or their husband's credit card and stealing money from them. But what if we see it from the eyes of Christ, from the faith's perspective? First, let's look at the origin of money freedom in women. Once upon a time, women didn't have freedom to even touch money. In many African communities, women's value was measured by how well they served, not how much they earned. A woman could till the land, cook for 10, raise children, but the money from the harvest, it all went to her husband. Same to whites. Among them too, it wasn't much different. In 1800s and early 1900s, most women couldn't own property. They couldn't vote. They couldn't take loan from the bank. They couldn't even have bank account without man's signature. In fact, before 1970, if a woman owns a bank account and she's married, it was written her name was to start with Mrs. So-and-so, so that all the money went to a man, no matter how much you earn. But then came change, education, empowerment, independence. The world shifted, and with it, women rose. The Proverb 31 woman came alive again. The one who considereth a land and buyeth it. Proverbs 31 verse 16. Women began to work, to earn, to dream, and to build. It was freedom. Beautiful, powerful freedom. But somewhere along the way, that freedom became a trap. Girl math entered the chat. We started telling ourselves, if I use cash or money instead of my card, it's basically free. Guys, what I'm saying is what is happening. It's a new trend on TikTok, YouTube, and everywhere, where girls say, if I buy it on sale, I'm saving money, even though they don't need it. I'm not saying there's a problem with buying things on sale. In fact, that's a great idea. It's a way of saving money. But now, buying things on sale when you are not in need of them, that's where the problem comes in. Some say, if I spend it before payday, I deserve it. I've worked hard for it. There's no problem with rewarding yourself. But when there's no more temperance, When there is no more control over what you're doing, that's where the problem comes in. We used freedom to justify waste. But what does the Bible say? Galatians 5:13 says, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use liberty for an..." Okay, sorry. "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for the occasion to the flesh." How many times are we misusing this liberty? The freedom we have as women right now to have money. We are slowly proving to men and the society that they were right about not giving women the freedom to earn and to have money. We are showing them how irresponsible we are with the money. Let me tell you a story. I had a friend. I was raised in the village. And when my friend was about 13, she was already in love with shopping. Every week she'd visit the market. New clothes, new shoes, everything new. At that time, owning a lotion was just another thing on a different level. We used, you see the jelly that they used to milk cows? That was everyday lotion for us. So if you owned any lotion, you're on another level. But my cousin, that was just something normal for her. She could go to the market every week. For us, could visit once in a year. That is during Christmas, when maize has been harvested. But throughout the year, no cloth shopping. She lived for a thrill of new things until one day the money ran out. To keep up with lifestyle, she had to sell herself. It broke my heart because her story wasn't about greed. It was about emptiness. A girl trying to fill the void inside with clothes and compliments. Trying to find worth in what could never love her back. Matthew 6:21 tells us, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be." For many of us, our heart is in buying and shopping and receiving and increasing things. And her heart, like many of us, had been trapped in things instead of truth. Today things have flipped. In African cities, young women are hustling hard. Some in offices, others online, trying to prove they can make their own. But pressure from social media makes many compare their journey with others. She bought a new car, she's in Dubai, she's wearing designer. And in the West, it's the same, only packed differently. Girl boss culture, treat yourself, I deserve it. But the truth is, spiritual emptiness looks the same in every language. We are buying comfort when what we really need is contentment. 1 Timothy 6:6 tells us that godliness with contentment is great gain. If you have to forget everything in this video, just remember this verse. Let it be your memory verse. 1 Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. So, what's God's version of girl math? It's not buying, it's building. It's knowing that your value isn't in your clothes, but in your character. That every shilling, every dollar you have is a seed, not just for yourself, but for others. Luke 16:10 tells us that he that is faithful in that which is least is also faithful in much. Meaning, if you can honor God in that little that you have, he can trust you with more. Maybe that's why you are still poor, because God cannot trust us with the little that we have. Girl math isn't bad. It's just misused. It should mean if I save 100 shillings or $100, I've invested in peace. If I give someone in need, I've multiplied joy. If I resisted impulse, I've gained strength. That is kingdom girl math. So today, I challenge every daughter listening and every man listening. Go tell a daughter. Go tell your wife. Go tell your sisters. Go tell your girlfriends and your friends. Before you buy that next thing, ask yourself, is it filling a need or feeding a wound? Because your worth doesn't come from what's on your body, but what's inside your heart. Proverbs 31:30 tells us that favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. I hope you will be this woman. I hope we'll all be this woman. Let's redefine girl math. Not if I spend, I win, but if I grow, I gain. Because the smartest math is not what's in your purse, but what's in your purpose. This has been Faith Diaries. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, true beauty is in godly wisdom. See you next time. Bye. Love you. So don't forget to join this new family. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's talk about this in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Bye.